Rapunzel is introduced as a young woman who has spent her entire life trapped in a tower, isolated from the world. Her only companion is her chameleon friend, Pascal, and the mysterious woman who has raised her, Mother Gothel. The tower is located deep in the forest, hidden away from the eyes of the kingdom. Rapunzel's extraordinary hair, which measures 70 feet in length, is imbued with magical healing properties. Unknown to Rapunzel, her hair is the reason she has been confined in the tower. Mother Gothel is not Rapunzel's true mother, but rather a selfish and manipulative woman who has kidnapped her. She discovered the magic in Rapunzel's hair many years ago and uses it to maintain her own youth. Mother Gothel poses as Rapunzel's caretaker, but her real goal is to keep the power of the hair to herself. Rapunzel, however, is unaware of this. All she knows is that every year, on her birthday, thousands of floating lanterns are released into the sky, and she longs to see them in person. The kingdom from which Rapunzel was taken celebrates the birth of the lost princess, who is actually Rapunzel, by releasing floating lanterns into the sky each year on her birthday. This has become a yearly tradition as the kingdom hopes the lanterns will guide the lost princess back home. Though Rapunzel does not know of her royal lineage, she is captivated by the lanterns and dreams of leaving the tower to witness them up close. However, Mother Gothel continuously discourages Rapunzel from pursuing her desires, feeding her lies about the dangers of the outside world. The plot truly kicks into gear when Flynn, a charming but self-centered thief, finds himself in Rapunzel's tower. Flynn, originally named Eugene Fitzherbert, has stolen a crown from the royal palace with the help of two thuggish brothers, the Stabbingtons. During their getaway, Flynn betrays the Stabbington brothers and takes the crown for himself, seeking refuge in Rapunzel's tower. Flynn is unaware that Rapunzel is inside. When he climbs the tower to hide, Rapunzel, initially frightened by the unexpected intruder, subdues him by hitting him with a frying pan. This is a pivotal moment that sets the film's comedic tone. She then hides the stolen crown from him and devises a plan. She will only return the crown to Flynn if he agrees to take her to see the floating lanterns. Flynn reluctantly agrees to take Rapunzel to see the lanterns, knowing he needs the crown back. Thus, the duo embarks on a whirlwind adventure across the kingdom. For Rapunzel, this marks her first time outside the tower, and she is overwhelmed by the beauty and excitement of the world around her. She swings between feelings of exhilaration and guilt for disobeying Mother Gothel. Throughout their journey, Rapunzel and Flynn form an unlikely partnership. Rapunzel, despite her naivety about the world, proves to be resourceful, clever, and capable of handling herself in dangerous situations. Flynn, initially driven solely by selfish motives, slowly begins to care for Rapunzel and her dreams. Their relationship evolves from one of convenience to genuine affection. Mother Gothel soon realizes that Rapunzel has escaped the tower. Furious, she sets out to find her and manipulates the Stabbington brothers into helping her. Gothel plays on their greed, promising them wealth if they help her capture Flynn and return Rapunzel to her. Gothel is a master manipulator, and she continues to plant seeds of doubt in Rapunzel's mind, telling her that Flynn is only interested in the stolen crown and will eventually betray her. Gothel's emotional manipulation is a central theme throughout the movie, as she represents a toxic parental figure, undermining Rapunzel's sense of independence and self-worth. As Flynn and Rapunzel journey through the kingdom, they encounter various characters, including a group of rough-looking thugs at the Snuggly Duckling pub. Initially, they appear threatening, but Rapunzel's kind and spirited nature wins them over. This scene provides comic relief as the burly thugs reveal their softer sides and their own personal dreams, much like Rapunzel's desire to see the lanterns. As they travel, Rapunzel and Flynn continue to bond. Flynn begins to reveal more about himself, even sharing his real name, Eugene Fitzherbert, with Rapunzel. He explains that he adopted the Flynn persona as a way to escape his humble beginnings and live the life of adventure he always dreamed of. In turn, Rapunzel grows more confident, asserting her own identity and desires, separate from the control of Mother Gothel. The emotional climax of the film occurs when Flynn and Rapunzel finally reach the Kingdom City in time for the Lantern Festival. The sight of the floating lanterns fulfills Rapunzel's long-held dream, and the scene is beautifully animated, filled with soft, glowing lights reflected on the water. This scene is accompanied by the song, "I See the Light," a duet between Rapunzel and Flynn that highlights their realization that they have found something more meaningful in each other. For Flynn, this moment signifies a turning point in his character arc, as he comes to care more about Rapunzel's happiness than his own selfish goals. Rapunzel, too, experiences a moment of self-discovery as she begins to piece together her true identity. However, their happiness is short-lived. The Stabbington brothers, with the help of Mother Gothel, track Flynn and Rapunzel down. Gothel's manipulations come to a head when Flynn is seemingly caught betraying Rapunzel. In reality, Gothel has orchestrated the situation to make it appear as though Flynn has abandoned Rapunzel for the crown, leaving Rapunzel devastated and vulnerable. Mother Gothel rescues Rapunzel and takes her back to the tower, reinforcing her lies about the dangers of the outside world and how Flynn was only using her. Rapunzel, heartbroken, returns to her life of captivity, now believing that her dream of freedom was a foolish one. Back in the tower, Rapunzel begins to piece together the truth. Through a series of flashbacks and visual cues, she realizes that she is the lost princess the kingdom has been searching for. Her entire life has been a lie, and Mother Gothel had kidnapped her to use her magical hair for her own selfish gain. This moment of realization is a crucial turning point for Rapunzel. No longer the naive and sheltered girl who relied on Mother Gothel, she confronts Gothel with the truth, refusing to let herself be manipulated any longer. Meanwhile, Flynn escapes from the clutches of the Stabbington brothers and rushes to rescue Rapunzel. In the final confrontation at the tower, Flynn sacrifices himself to free Rapunzel. He cuts off her long, magical hair, rendering it powerless and causing Mother Gothel to rapidly age and disintegrate. Though Flynn is gravely injured in the process, Rapunzel's love for him unlocks a final surge of magic, allowing her to heal him with a tear, symbolizing the power of true love. With Gothel defeated and her magic gone, Rapunzel is finally free. She reunites with her real parents, the king and queen, and returns to the kingdom as the lost princess. The final scenes show Rapunzel and Flynn, now going by Eugene, living happily together, surrounded by friends and family. Tangled ends with a sense of joy and fulfillment, as Rapunzel not only finds her place in the world, but also discovers her own inner strength and identity. The film's message emphasizes the importance of following one's dreams, the power of love and friendship, and the courage to break free from toxic relationships and find one's true self. Tangled explores several important themes throughout its narrative. One of the central themes is the idea of personal freedom. Rapunzel's journey from the tower to the kingdom symbolizes her growth from a sheltered, dependent girl to a confident young woman who makes her own choices. Another theme is the contrast between genuine love and manipulation. Mother Gothel represents the latter, as she uses guilt, fear, and deceit to keep Rapunzel under her control. In contrast, the love that develops between Rapunzel and Flynn is based on mutual respect, trust, and selflessness. The film's resolution reinforces the idea that real love is empowering, not restrictive. The film also touches on themes of identity and self-discovery. Both Rapunzel and Flynn struggle with understanding who they truly are. Rapunzel's journey is about uncovering her royal heritage, but more importantly, it is about finding her own inner strength and independence. Flynn's arc revolves around shedding his false persona and embracing his true self, Eugene Fitzherbert. Tangled is a beautifully crafted film that blends humor, adventure, and heart into a modern fairy tale. Its engaging characters, stunning animation, and meaningful themes have resonated with audiences of all ages. At its core, Tangled is a story about breaking free from the past, following your dreams, and discovering who you truly are.